Welcome to Indieformer. I'm Josh. Today we're looking at the top 5 free indie games on itch.io from September 2018. In this edition we're taking a look at the top 5 games from Ludum Dare 42. These weren't voted as the top 5, but my take on what I think were the best of the bunch. These games include both compo and jam entries, so some games are made solo in 48 hours and others in 72 with a team. I'll be sure to mention which is which. The theme for this Ludum Dare was running out of space. I ask that you again keep in mind that these were created in 2 or 3 days. All of these games are on itch.io, so be sure to download the itch.io app. It makes searching, playing and downloading games from the site so much easier and is a really good launcher. A puzzle game created by one person in 72 hours, Tiny Towns is a minimal city building game. You have a list of objectives to complete and have a very small board to make that happen on. You have houses, trees, power, everything you need for a city to thrive. The graphics are a little bare, but you soon look past that when trying to figure out these levels. I really like the idea and think it would work well in the mobile gaming space. I think some softer looking graphics with a pastel palette may do the job in making this a more lovable game. But graphics aside, it's solid and had my brain churning quite a bit. The developer has said that they're working on a complete version of the game, and I look forward to seeing how they evolve this title.
These gun hens. They do nothing but multiply.
A fun game created in 72 hours by one man, Blow the Hen Down has you blast chickens into the sea to keep your ship from getting overcrowded. I'm not sure how to complete this game, I guess when you've removed all the chickens, but they seem to be reproducing at an alarming rate. I ended my game by accidentally blowing up my ship, thus calling for a game over. The game has some catchy music and really good sounds. The design work has had a bit of effort put into it, and the way the game stands, I think it would work great as an arcade game where you get points for the amount of chickens you explode into the blue horizon. In any case, it's a good example of what you can achieve in such a small time frame.
I was deep in my cups when the mutiny began. Even still, I'd split the pate of 2 with my cutlass before they'd torn it, dripping from my hands, and thrown me in the hold.
Created by a team of 7 in 72 hours, the not very golden Age of Piracy has some surprisingly great voiceover and some adorable characters. Your aim is to sink your enemy's ship, and who better to play against than a chicken? Baby vs chicken, there's no better rivalry in gaming. You control your babies to either repair your ship or to fire cannons onto thy enemy. Once your health is gone, game over. Each repair restores a little health, so it'll survive as long as you can. It takes use of the running out of space theme by creating more and more squares to repair as your ship takes hits. I can see this as a party game, as a 2v2 with some friends. The not very golden Age of Piracy took the win for the jam competition, and rightfully so. A puzzle game sure to give you a bit of a challenge. Reverse took out the prize in the compo. One developer, 48 hours. You control both a black and white square at the same time, who can only move atop their own colours, and fall through the opposite. Your aim is to make it to the numbered diamonds in order. It looks quite simple, but it steps up in difficulty as you progress. It uses the theme by removing tiles as you go along, so every decision you make has to be thought out. It's also got some cool features in there, like reversing gravity. It's got some great sounds, calming music, a very pleasing aesthetic, and the ability to skip levels. So if you want something casual, here you go. Sorry for butchering your name, Gutyi, you've really outdone yourself. For a game that was created in 48 hours, this is quite the achievement. Surprisingly polished and created in 48 hours, Letterbox is a simple platformer that takes the theme quite literally. Each time you jump, black bars come further into the level. I've got to say, for one guy making this in 2 days, it's really good. Although it didn't win the competition, at Indieformer we always love a good platformer, and it was the most enjoyable to play. A lot of the sounds remind me of something I'd hear coming from my grandfather's 1998 Windows machine, but they do their job well enough for you to focus on the gameplay. One thing I didn't expect with this game was the puzzle aspect. I'm not saying platformers don't make you think, but for a game made in 48 hours, there's been a lot of thought put into this. Shooting certain guns onto walls gives a different effect, like boost upwards or deflecting projectiles into barriers. It's quite simple stuff, but when you consider the time that one guy has to create all the art, music, sounds, animations, and code, Letterbox is a work of art. In its current state, it's perfect for speedrunners. Chaining jumps and shooting your guns at the right time is the core of this game. If you're gonna play anything on this list, please play Letterbox. I hope you enjoyed the Ludum Dare 42 edition of the free games this month. They're all available on itch.io for your playing pleasures. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time here on Indieformer.